This is the Vako 2012 motor unit. I'm going to show you how you might put your motorized unit together. This is just an example. All Vako systems are Sumpy compatible, so I'm using a Sumpy motor in this, but you are going to want to follow your own third-party motors instructions for programming and assembly. We have crown and drive adapters for all of these motors. Your distributor can help find you those adapters. This is another example of a crown and drive adapter. This is a 43 millimeter tube, and you can use any 40 mil tubular motor. So here is the adapter. It fits on the end. And if you notice, it's keyed to fit the keying on this tube and inside, and as are the other adapters. And it just slides right in there. Now this is the adapter that will fit over the control end of your motor. And before I do that, there's little screws. They give two little screws to attach that. Okay. Now these adapters come in other shapes and sizes depending on your motor. It could look something like this. This actually had this installed on the motor already. But again, that's an adapter that you can get through the motor company. It has the end cap. It looks a little bit different. It doesn't have the fitting that the other cap has. And that will get ready to slide into your housing. But before we do that, we need to add some spools to your system. So here's your spool. It has these great little rollers on here that helps the spool run so smoothly. And it has this slight tapered edge, and it can hold up to 23 feet of cord. So you can have a 23-foot long shade, which is fantastic. So this, it has the keyed thing in here. So this is going to slide onto your tube. And I need to add cord to this spool. So this spool comes with two little parts. There's this little bead with a big opening on one side and a small opening on the other. The big opening is to hold the knot so it hides in there and it doesn't slip out. And I like to do, I hear you can do a single knot, but I like to be safe and I always do a little double knot since it's such a big shade. And there you go, the knot is hidden inside of this bead. Now, there's these little slots on this tube. You see that? This little bead can fit into any of those little slots. And then I wrap it around this little cord guide here. And this thing, this little swivel, we are gonna use later to lock inside of your tube. I can fit the screwdriver into this slot and turn it, and it clicks into the track. So when it's in the track, I'm going to turn it like this to lock it in. Sometimes if you have trouble getting it in there, you can squeeze this track together. I do forget about that from time to time. But yeah, it did. After I did that, it went right in. So now I'm sliding this in. So now I've got this end cap on. I'm going to screw that on to secure it in place. To secure my spool, I'm going to turn that little swivel key until it clicks. Now I'm almost locked in place, not quite yet. At the bottom of your cord, we're going to feed it through this piece so the cord comes out of the pointed part. And that fits in the track, and we turn it. And now my cord is finished. As an added component, they have this noise buffer seal, so you can actually close the open parts of the track up, and it's kind of a soft rubbery pliant piece that fits into the seal. You can cut it to get into the next section. So that I would put here. I press this in, and you have a really nice polished look here. It's very pleasing to look at, and it's a noise reducer as well. And there you have the 2012 Vako motorized unit.